All right.
And we're live.
Are we? Are we live?
God, I
Are
hope
we
so.
live
Hello.
to the world, to the
Live?
universe? Hello, aliens.
Aliens?
That's the first thing. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What? You don't think that the aliens listen to our podcasts?
No, the NSA does, but
Close enough. Really.
Oh man.
Nicholas and
I
Cassandra,
always
thank you for joining us.
you don't think that the Martians care about Fire Force? That's sad.
I mean, if not, they're using English usernames.
but that's so you don't know.
Oh man. So welcome everybody. I guess we should introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm the fuck up who is the reason why we're so late. Oh, I'm sorry, my name is Ian.
It's not your fault. There was a bus involved, and I'm the other guy.
Yup. That is his legal name, the other guy.
Yep,
The other guy.
the other
that
guy.
what it said? It
First
should
name,
just say that.
the, middle name, other, and last name, Guy.
Guy.
Yup.
Yes. Guy the other. Thank you.
Guy the
This
other.
is my official.
So,
official transcripts.
If you haven't guessed, today we are talking about Fire Force episode 6. Sorry, no, that's the the podcast episode.
Oh my
We're talking
god.
about Fire Force episode 9,
Dear
Spreading
God.
Malice.
Podcast 6.
Spreading
Episode
malice
9.
like we're spreading
Yes.
shade.
We're talking episode. That hasn't been changed. That says Fire Force episode 8. That is wrong. We're talking episode 9.
I'm gonna go at somebody. Excuse me.
Yeah. Is the new goddammit Barb, goddammit Zaz?
Yeah. God damn it, Barb. God damn it, Zaz.
That's okay.
It's possible.
Zaz is a
It's
bean.
possible.
We love you, Zaz.
Yeah, we do
Put up
love you,
with us.
Zaz. It's just
That's
that my day has
fine.
been terrible.
So yeah, we're talking episode 9, Spreading Malice. Yeah, so we are picking up on where like a little before the last episode ended, where like Rekka is beating the shit out of Tamaki.
Yeah.
And during that whole sequence, she flashes back to why she admires him so deeply. And her reason for admiring him so deeply is he killed some Infernals really, like, in a dumb way that one time.
It was very efficient. I'll say that. It was efficient, and they did the thing with the three little cloak-wearing guy, the lieutenant guys,
Yeah.
right? Where they like, I'm gonna charge in like an idiot. I got your back by freezing stuff because you charged in like an idiot. That's why I charged in like an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, we've
So
already
basically,
established.
Ice Guy's his enabler.
Yep.
Basically.
So, yeah,
so
that.
Tamaki, in a rare moment of almost characterization, is like, "Oh, that was. You guys work together like a team. I like being on teams."
Yep. And she was like, "Wow, they're so cool."
And then it immediately cuts to him being a dick.
Yep. As
Sure.
one does. Yeah, so but then of course, you know, we catch up to where the last episode left off, where Shinra like beats Rekka
Lands
down.
on his face from space.
Yup.
Basically. Spoilers. He's not dead.
Yeah, no,
That
he
would
was.
be too easy.
I think Shinra was definitely coming down faster than terminal velocity. Just saying.
It's anime.
It's. I mean,
Yeah.
there's anime like My Hero where they get like thrown through buildings and things, and then there's this where they're just like punching each other so hard their face dense solid steel.
Yep. I
Just
think
like,
they're.
okay.
I think they're
alright.
flipping the plot armor switch just
Yep.
in time.
Now I gotta say, one thing I do appreciate, I really love Shinra's names for himself.
I don't. Like, I look at them and I go, lame. I mean, humanizingly lame,
because
but
Rekka,
cool.
yeah, because Rekka isn't down yet, man. Even though he got his face punched into nothing, Like he's like, nah, I'm gonna fight you, Shinra, and so he does. But
and it's
then
Mr. Kicks Man versus Mr. Punches Man.
No, it's Mr. Catch the Artificial Infernal Maker Man.
It's just
Excuse me, yes,
against Rekka, and then Rekka's all like, I don't need to retreat, I only ever move forward. And then Shinra's like, okay, then I'm keep you from moving backwards or forwards, man.
like, can I just say how lame those names are? Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the point.
That's entirely
I mean, they're
point,
supposed to be lame and they're humanizingly lame, but that doesn't stop them from being lame.
So what you're saying, Ian, is that intentionally lame is still lame.
Yes. Yes, very much so. And you know what that is
Yes.
to people like me? Irritating. Like,
intentionally annoying is still annoying.
Yep.
I would also like to just, give people a heads up that I have a suspicion that this particular episode of the podcast is probably going to be shorter than other episodes because it was a fight.
It was a giant fight scene.
There's only so much we can critique on how hard he punched him through the metal plate versus how hard he kicked him through the metal plate into the ceiling.
Yes.
Which I thought actually was a good kind of moving maybe a little further ahead, but I did like how it wasn't just a straight up, oh, we're just going to anime punch each other until somebody falls over. Shinra's like, oh, he's really strong, but he's not very maneuverable. So I'm going to use the space I have to launch him into the air and then just fight him in the air, basically.
Yeah. Which
was good. That was a good. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I appreciated I appreciated a lot of the animation in this fight. I appreciated that Shinra is like that Shinra is actually doing this thing, and he's like, I can't just like kick this guy into oblivion. Like, I need to strategize. I need to think about what kind of legs up I have on him.
Oh my god.
Thank you. I will see myself out.
Yeah, please do.
The obligatory Cole pun for the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so in any case, they're like, Tamaki is impressed by the fact that Shinra is able to hold his own against Rekka. Oh yeah, and then it turns out that the infernal insects are reacting to Shinra's flames. So that's a thing.
Yeah. And then he says something about a thing.
Yep, he says
Iola burst?
He says, so this is where you are. The third person the evangelist is searching for. For a long time, I have been lighting pilot lights in children in search of someone but imagine finding someone right here.
So not only did he magically find another, apparently there's multiple pilot light children, not only did he magically find one of those in this particular episode, or the previous one, but he then also finds the other person that he's looking for.
Yeah.
That person comes to him, and okay. The suspension of disbelief is getting up there, but all right.
Also, just to take a quick pause there, hi, Radical Guy. Thank you for coming in and supporting the channel. If this is the first, as you say, this is the first stream that you've seen from us, this is definitely not our normal streams.
Yeah.
No, this is a podcast where we talk about anime that we're watching once a week, but then we also have a whole other stream team that goes and plays games and shit. So, be sure to stick around, and thank you so much for subbing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Radical Guy.
All right, let's talk about fan service.
Okay.
Oh boy. Can we not? Can we just
okay, I'm gonna put it this way.
Wow.
If I saw the outfit Tamaki was wearing in a hotel night,
hold on 1 second, Ian. We gotta shout this out.
We got a
that
donation.
Radical Guy. Thank you so much. That's the first time anyone other than Cole has tipped us.
Wow. That is sad, but Radical Guy.
While he's been on the podcast.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh. But
Um,
if I saw Tamaki's outfit anywhere, I would expect it on a woman I was about to do something very intimate with in a hotel room, at most, and
why's it
nowhere
got to be a
else.
hotel room, huh?
Because you paid her for the
Well, Forrest knows
God
the
damn,
ultimate
man, you gonna
truth.
take that?
Forrest knows the ultimate truth that I can't get laid because he can't either.
I'm just saying, if the woman that you're about to, if she's wearing like 2/3 of a maid outfit, there's some.
I thought I would have taken her out to dinner first. We were coming back having a nice night. We'd had a couple drinks. And I wouldn't want to take her back to my shitty studio apartment.
This,
that I presume I would
this
have.
episode.
This
episode. I can't even.
So,
I can't even describe how done with fan service in the show I am.
So, I look. I will admit, right? I've watched a lot of anime, and I like to think of myself as being someone who has a pretty high tolerance for fan service. The fan service in this episode was much even for me. Not in just like, not that I haven't seen these tropes before, but it just felt so incredibly forced and out of scene.
Well, they literally interrupt action-packed fight scene, evil villain monologue to have our fan servicey moment. They just kind of stand around and do like the fan servicey stuff, and then you just go back to, oh yeah, I'm gonna evil monologue again, and now my arms are on fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop for a time while I rebuild the oxygen in my blood.
It was just
that's the yes.
It was it was like, now as much as I absolutely adore Aoyuki, right? Like I have to admit, like I have a lot less hope for this character before. Favorite anime right now, like from this season? Oh, what people? Why are you guys so nice paying us money?
More?
Yeah.
What, people are paying us money? I look away for 5?
They are, and they're paying us money.
What?
They clearly don't know us that well, otherwise they'd hate us.
No. They don't know who we are at all.
No, favorite anime right now. I just finished watching Recreators, and I absolutely adored Recreate. But as far as this season, Demon Slayer.
Hands down. This season, Demon Slayer.
Down. No contest.
Yeah. I just finished watching Mob Psycho 100, the second season of, and that I thought was really, really good.
Oh, I still need to watch Mob Psycho 100.
That's the most recent thing I've seen that isn't this. It's just got good characters.
I need to watch it. But yeah, so in any case, as far as Tamaki's concerned, I'm way less optimistic about what they're gonna do with her than I was a few episodes ago. And I'm very sad to see the direction that they've taken her, because I honestly think Tamaki could be a really cool character, but I feel like she's just been relegated. I know that this was the way it was from the start, but it doesn't seem like this is going to change, which is she's just been relegated to token fan service girl
and comedic relief.
And I really hate those kinds of characters.
I have to wonder why you're surprised at that, but
because I've seen those kind of characters turn around. But it doesn't seem like Tamaki's characters that is going to turn around. That being said, there was one Tamaki moment in this episode that I really did like, and that was because, you know, at the beginning of the fan service stuff, like Tamaki has her like classic, you know, fan service anime girl reaction where she's like, yeah, hentai pervert, right? But at the like when the fan service stuff keeps happening, she like there was kind of this moment where I was like, okay, Tamaki is as done with this bullshit as we are. Like where she literally just pushes him away, like she's not even mad anymore. She's just like, okay, enough. Like
enough with the fan service.
Enough.
Yo,
Go
author,
fight now. Like,
yeah, yo, author-san, keep him away from me. Keep everything
Like,
away
Yeah.
from me. Let me break the
yeah.
fourth wall here. Just let me go.
there's a scene where like the character walks into the lead writer's office and just like punches them in the face and
Yeah, that'll be a nice fourth wall break.
be a good fourth wall break.
Yeah, no. So that was the one Tamaki moment that I really appreciated. But as far as everything else is concerned, like she then asks, like, okay, please take out Rekka, and it's like, okay, yep, that's pretty.
Yeah, we're back to standard.
Um,
Well, the way
and
Rekka gets ended is actually not what I expected, and the only time I went, I'm paying attention.
Yeah, that was a good.
wait, sorry, I missed it. Say that one more time.
The way Rekka died when he was frozen
Oh yeah,
was
yeah,
the one
yeah,
moment
yeah.
when he started to get imprisoned. My thought was, I forget his name, but the guy with the freeze powers. Is he?
Hang on, I have it written down.
Yeah.
Mister repeats everything he says a lot.
Yeah.
His name is why can't I find his name? I know I wrote it down.
Just call him headphones
Whatever.
guy?
He's Ice Guy until I get to that part of
Yeah.
my notes.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so ultimately though, before we get to that point, like Shinra strategizes, he manages to beat Rekka down, but even still, Rekka still gets back up.
He's now bleeding at least.
Yeah.
they've shown,
Yeah.
oh,
That
hey,
axe
maybe
kick,
having
though.
your head slammed
Yeah.
on the floor at high velocity while your foot's on fire. Maybe
Yeah.
that.
Axe
Maybe
kicks
that
are
would hurt.
flippin' brutal, dude. I love seeing
Yeah.
those in anime. Those are, if you need to go for like the brutality of what's going on, use the flippin' axe kick.
Yeah. But
If he starts going all like pseudo religious,
yeah, well, Tamaki delivers some exposition about how pyrokinesis works, which is apparently it uses the oxygen in your flame, but using too much of it will overheat you. That's a
Right.
thing.
For obvious reasons.
There was one thing that I appreciated is after this whole fight starts, Tamaki won't look at Rekka.
Yeah.
She won't look at him. She's always looking away.
Mm-hmm.
She'll look at Shinra, but she won't look at him. I thought that was a nice little touch. Rekka does some monologuing.
He does some serious monologuing.
He does.
It seems
compatible children and increase the number of us will create and return people back to flames, all according to the will of the evangelist. Then Shinra asks what their objective is, and the response he gets is, behold the brilliance of the star of flames ensconced in the heavens. We will return to the bosom of the great soul, turn all people into flames, and engulf the earth in the great flame of fire. Flames are fire, by the way. Incinerate this imperfect earth and its humanity in the flames of salvation, and turn this world into a second sun.
He wants to make the solar system a binary system. Is what he's saying.
He does. He wants to turn the world into a star.
And you know what? Here's my question: why?
What?
Oh, because look, man, it's your classic doomsday murder cult.
Yeah.
Obviously, but most doomsday murder cults leave it at the Kool-Aid and that's it. Like, they're not, let's turn the entire planet into a giant ball of plasma.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, also, how would that work? It should not be physically possible. Like,
yeah, it's I mean, they definitely must think it's possible.
I guess, and I want to know who the Sam hell is telling them that's true.
But hey, you know what? There's also more exposition.
It's almost like stars and planets are slightly different on the inside.
But so Tamaki tries to get the children, but then Rekka fights back. And Rekka says, they won't get away. I'll take them and make it look like they died in the fire. Receive the teachings of the evangelist while in their child. So know that they deliberately steal children to teach them their into these beliefs. So that poses the question, is that what happened to Shinra's brother?
Right. I mean, is that what happened to... Did we see this evangelist character in the first episode? The other thing that he sees in the flame? They never really said that the evangelist had to be a human.
That's fair. We have already met a sentient infernal.
This is very true.
But see, this could have been done so much better in a way that was actually interesting.
Okay, well then, please.
And he cuts out.
What? He cuts out. I think he asked you to explain.
Yes, please explain.
So, first of all, for this episode, Lucky Lechery does not need to exist.
I don't know that Lucky Lechery ever needed to exist.
I would have extended that to the whole bloody show.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking. I'm defining my boundaries here with this episode. Second of all, Tamaki's clothes could have stayed perfectly fine. You know who else received some fire blows? Shinra. You know whose clothes aren't destroyed? Shinra's. Gee, that's convenient.
Hey, no, that's not true. He kicked Rekka that one time with his super flamey arms, and his pant leg got burned.
Yeah, but did his pant leg burn away? No.
It's
no, the bottom of his pant leg.
Like, did it get burned away so his bare knee was exposed?
No.
Then I believe my point stands.
Fight fires for a living might have access to, fireproof clothing.
Yeah, so, like, hey, the one thing that I found, apart from, like, Rekka's death, which we have yet to get to, the main thing that we found out that was interesting were like two things. One, they've been doing this for a while.
Yup.
Second of all, pyrokinesis has an ammo supply that isn't anime willpower.
I mean, it is, but...
I mean, it's kind of, but it's got a limiter. It's like, Demon Slayer and, this show share the similar resource power in breathing.
Right.
Because you need oxygen in your bloodstream.
Only in both of those shows, the amount of air that you have is directly proportional to the amount of air that the plot needs you to have at that moment.
Okay, that's fair. But it also introduces some interesting limitations. Like, if you can't breathe, using pyrokinesis is not going to help because you are using a dwindling supply of ammunition. Use it sparingly.
I would like to point out that I feel like Demon Slayer's system is a little bit better. I never thought that the whole point of the breathing techniques in Demon Slayer were to have a bunch of air. I always thought about focus.
It is always about focus, but it's always showing them the breathing techniques, and I was going from there. But the two main points were the kids have been being kidnapped for a while and been doing this to them for a long time, and apart from up until the point that we're at right now, pyrokinesis has a finite amount of use before you run out.
Right.
So
a finite amount of firepower, you might say.
Yeah. So how much of
question,
the rest of the
question.
Yeah.
Ever tried out an infernal by putting it in a vacuum?
I have no idea. Moving on, though.
You know, I imagine Obi's probably tried that. I feel like that's something he would do.
Yeah. So if you take down those main points, how long do you think it would have taken us to get to the point where we are now? Because you still need the flashback, and then Rekka's frozen in place. How much of that how much of the show that do you think was so bad that we could have tossed it out? I could throw out most of the entire episode up until the point Rekka is frozen.
I mean, I thought some of the fight stuff was cool.
Like, the fight stuff would be there, but we would cut out most of the monologuing and Tamaki's clothes getting burnt away. And
well, first of all, the monologuing that at least Rekka delivers, especially towards the end, is very...
I said most of it. Not all of it. Most of it.
I mean, it does go to... Yes, he has the evil villain monologue, of course, but he does give he gives a lot of context to the out of nowhere plot points from the previous episode where we're just like, okay, wait, there's this, and then there's this, it's bugs, and there's this evangelist, and there's this, and there's that, and like, what? Oh, I'm so lost. He sort of puts that into a little bit more context with the crazy cults, fanatical, let's turn the planet into a star nonsense.
But at the moment, they have yet to do anything with that knowledge, and my thought is that didn't even necessarily need to come up yet in the plot until Rekka died. And it was like, oh great, there are more some religious people who went out there and killed him. White people in masks with crosses on their chest. Religious people? There's still people inside the church. They're definitely not Templars. Yeah, totally. Like, we didn't even...
They don't have a Templar cross on their outfits and wear all white and red like the Templars did.
Yeah. So the point that I'm making here is that the name Evangelist at this point doesn't matter.
Now, rest the King of Tubes and Prince of Potatoes, Yak. Yeah, that's a great name, by the way. So he asks, do you guys think Shinra will turn into a type of demon and get taken over by flames? My is, I think that I think no. I think that Shinra, I think he's a shonen protagonist, and I think that they're not going to do anything. If I'll be real, if the writing were better, I think that they would give him more obstacles and give him more opportunities to fail. But thus far, they haven't done that. Thus far, he's done nothing but try to prove that he is not a devil. That he's a, and I'm not really convinced by the show's writing that they ever give him an opportunity to do anything else. I think that I feel like he's always going to win the day, and I don't particularly.
Maybe. What was the original question?
The question was, do you guys think that Shinra will turn into a type of devil or demon and get taken over by flames for a bit?
Have sort of an evil phase before he snaps out of it. I mean, that is kind of, I would say, the premise of his character, right? That he's called the devil, that he has the evil smile, right? Everyone thinks that he's just going to be a bad guy, and the whole show is about him proving that he's not. I feel like him actually turning evil for a while and like doing some stuff with the bad guys would probably be a bridge too far. But they did sort of hint at that with the Joker character, and like, this offer of, oh, well, I'll tell you about your brother if you join the dark side. We have cookies after all. Shinra was like, nope, I'm a pie man. Thank you. No, thank you. But they might come back to that at a later point. As long as he would have to have that reason, though. He'd have to have a good reason to, sink to that level, and I don't know that they're gonna go that.
Yeah.
My thought is wrath is a powerful emotion, and at the moment we are getting a number of people that are growing closer and closer to our man in Shinra.
Death flags.
I don't think they're necessarily gonna kill any of them, but definitely put him in a state where Shinra will lose his temper would be interesting.
They could kill Catgirl. I would.
Yeah, killing Catgirl wouldn't do much.
And now I would say I would love to see them pull a Shield hero and have Shinra, go a step too far and have his trusted friends pull him back, right? But is that none of his trusted friends are like real characters.
Unfortunately,
you do know if he does step out of line.
Character.
If he does step out of line, that Mr. Bullets McGee over there, totally not Ida, is just gonna shoot him, right? Like he's
yeah, that's true.
He's just gonna be like, nope.
So basically, we've made it impossible for our protagonist to step across that line, or at least very difficult plot-wise. Like, how many hoops would you have to jump through to put him in the situation where he wouldn't be able to be held back by any of his quote-unquote friends, but in be a position to be as wrathful as he would like in a very tense situation?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, stuff involving his brother might be just enough to push him over that edge, but we really don't know much about his brother.
We don't know much about anything, and we're in episode 9.
Other than I suspect his brother is on the side of the evangelist because he is a lost brother in an anime. Therefore, he will either die or turn evil.
Alphonse, no.
Alphonse is a rare and quite welcome exception.
Wait. Their mother burned in that fire, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, it is Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, kind of, except for other things. Anyway, I think we're at the point now where Rekka is entirely frozen in ice.
Yeah, so lieutenants come in and save the day. I mean, I guess Shinra had him pretty much. Well,
so Rekka starts to burn so hot that he's literally at risk of burning himself.
He is burning himself.
And then that's Ice Guy. And then another dude. They show up, and then Karim uses his ice tuba to save the day.
Look, let's call it what it is, okay?
It's an ice. You're not wrong. It's just
so an ice tuba.
I never thought that putting ice and tuba together would be a thing I would have to do. But here we are.
The official name is like the Tundra Tuba or something.
The Tundra.
So they freeze him in ice. He gets like completely frozen, and then they're like, "Boy, we sure want to ask him questions," and then he got sniped. Now there was one line that I appreciated because I feel like they had a really good setup to it over the last several episodes. Because it didn't come out of nowhere, right? After everything, after Karim freezes Rekka in ice, he says, "I wasn't always at your back, so you could go and do something like this." And I felt like that line was very well set up.
That line was well earned.
Yeah.
Unlike other things.
And
let's not get back into the weeds again.
Can I just say? Oh, we'll probably get into the weeds at some point. Can I just say one of the things this show does best, I think, is like lighting.
Mm-hmm.
They've had some really good, really well lit scenes, and the shot of looking at Rekka as he's frozen in ice, and there's this, and you can see the sun through the hole in him. They're staring out into the sunset. That's a good shot, and they know it's a good shot. You can tell because they keep using it.
Yeah, they use it a lot.
They use it like 3 or 4 times in the course of the episode. Like they know it was good. They're like, we'll just keep putting that in there.
Rekka gets sniped. So once that happens, then the sniper starts to try to take out the other fire. And so Shinra puts up a smoke screen after he takes out after the sniper takes out that one guy's hand. So like rip his right hand.
Yep.
And then Shinra manages to get a view of the sniper. By the way, if Shinra can find the sniper without binoculars, just line of sight, that's a pretty shitty sniper, not gonna lie.
I mean, they weren't using a fire sniper rifle. They were using a fire bow and arrow, so
I guess that's true.
But that being said, my first thought was, so he's gonna duck as they shoot at him any minute now, right? It's gonna happen, right?
Nope.
All right. I guess he's just really well hidden. Should have had a spotter.
Whoa, wait, hang on. So the king of tubes and prince of potatoes, yeah, said. But here's a question: is no one going to question the fact that Ice Tuba Guy froze a little bit of a picture without the tuba?
Nope.
I don't know what. I don't remember
Froze
that.
a little bit of the picture without the.
I was just screwing around,
right.
but I have no idea.
I think he's like in his room after he catches Arthur and Shinra snooping through his stuff, and he was like, "Aha! I knew you were something, but we're on the same side." And then I think as he leaves the room, like the picture of him and Rekka and the other dude that I don't know the name of, like the picture freezes.
Oh, interesting.
Because like his powers are, he can't control his ice powers, so he's, I guess, just.
But doesn't he need the tuba for that?
Yeah.
Apparently not. I think that's the point. Maybe the tuba is like.
The tuba is a diversion.
No,
that's a hell of a diversion, right there.
Yeah,
it channels his power. It magnifies his power. But
I love the idea of just being like, wait, that wasn't the tuba. You could use ice powers all along. Well, yeah, kind of. And your cover was a tuba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no. See, it happened during his first ever music lesson, and well, that didn't go well.
Praising your teacher because they insulted your musical ability,
Yes, the Bossatron, we are going to be doing more RWBY comic dubs. They are absolutely in the works as we speak. Yeah, let's see. Where are we? Okay. Yeah, Shinra manages to get a view of the sniper. Tamaki uses her flames, and then Karim uses his ice to freeze it. And I'm just burning them. They're just like, we're just gonna point to you and be like, hey, we see you.
We know you're up there.
We know you're there.
And then
you think you're slick, but you're not.
I like how they explain it too, and they're like, oh, like if you point out to a sniper that you know where the sniper is, then the sniper will retreat, because that's how snipers think. And then the snipers are like, oh, they know where we are. We have to leave now. Okay.
It's like,
all right, fair enough.
But like, I think it's such a dumb thing. Like, if the thing is, right? If the sniper realizes you know where they are, you know what the sniper does? They don't retreat. They move to a different location that you don't know where they are.
Also, the ice that points directly to them also, by extension, points directly to them. So
yeah,
the sniper
right?
knows exactly where Tamaki is.
Like, yeah, it was an interesting strategy, to say the least.
Unconventional warfare, you could say.
Yeah. So in any case, they bug out. The fight is over. Karim gives Tamaki his religious garbs to cover herself, which means that at least if the writer doesn't have decency, at least Karim does.
Yes.
And Tamaki accepts responsibility for bringing the children into this. And now I do have to shout out the soundtrack, because as they're like, with that shot of like that you were talking about with the through is the hole in Rekka's chest and whatnot. There's some really good like soundtrack stuff.
The soundtrack stuff has to be some
music
of the
best. They do well in this.
Yes, and there was some as a French horn player, I just had to point out there was some really gorgeous French horn playing.
As an ice tubaist, are you a? Do you play the?
I play the ice tuba.
Do you play the tundra tuba?
I have to say, I didn't like it at first. Tundra tuba is growing on me.
Alliteration is a marvelous thing.
Yes, it is. So, Brian, I know you started off with the French horn, but you might want to get a tuba mouthpiece.
I mean, you got the tundra tuba and the boreal bugle, and I can't think of another one, but give me a second. The Hyperborean horn? I don't know.
But yeah, so in any case, yeah, the soundtrack, really, really good stuff. Very, like, it kind of reminded me of some John Williams stuff, especially with the horn lines. But yeah, so Karim asks to work with the Eighth to solve the mystery of why his friend was evil.
Why he became a hot-blooded SOB, he said.
Yes.
Which he repeats like 3 times in different ways.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Because that's his thing.
I mean, to be fair, this time he actually said something.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, also
yeah, he
fair.
wasn't, like, cryptic with it. But they accept his help. And then naturally the training is canceled and they're sent back to the Eighth. Also, naturally, Arthur got lost while looking for Rekka and just disappeared.
It's like he's going on
That is the most Arthur thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. And then, okay, so he gets lost. Also, Tamaki's now with the Eighth, by the way. And,
well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Service. But then, can we talk about the ending scene? Like...
Hang on. We'll get there. We'll get there. There's a couple things that we gotta. So, yeah, Arthur got lost. They issued a search request for him, but no one seems to care that he's gone, and I kind of I feel that. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. But Shinra's glad to be back. And then, yeah, Tamaki is now with the Eighth. She's been put on suspension because of her involvement with the Hoshimiya incident. Then Shinra remembers that one of those other soldiers asked to get Tamaki's number asked him to get Tamaki's number for him. That's English.
Yes. Good job.
So Shinra just outright asks for her number, which he asks in a very confusing way. Tamaki thinks that Shinra is asking for her number for himself, and she's like open to that idea, but then when she realizes that he's asking for someone else, she is understandably upset, even if it is a trope. And then her lucky lechery kicks in. And
because she couldn't be allowed to be a character for more than 3 seconds before
so
and then we cut to Arthur in Utah or something. I don't know how he got that lost, but
I have to say, I love how stupid Arthur is.
I hate him.
How the fuck did he even? Where even is he?
I don't know.
He's fucking like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but dumb.
He went to go look for Luke Skywalker.
Like he's on where's that one planet that Luke Skywalker grew up?
Tatooine.
Yeah, he's on fucking Tatooine.
Yeah.
He's so dumb. He's somehow managed to achieve space travel
in Jedi garb.
In Jedi robes.
He just switched shows. He's just now part of the Star Wars canon. What do you think?
So he's coming out in the middle of Star Wars.
I feel so bad for Star Wars.
Hey man, they just gained a new Jedi. You feel sorry for the First Order? They're about to meet the dumbest, deadliest Jedi ever.
I mean, he's so dumb. He's dangerous because you think he's gonna do smart things, and then he doesn't.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So basically, all they have to do is think like an idiot, and they can catch him.
So yeah, I don't know what he's got. This look in his eye, like he's real serious about something. I might go so far as to say this is like kind of a he's gonna turn evil kind of thing, but he's too stupid.
I know how to kill him. I know how to kill Arthur. Stormtroopers are idiots and they have no aim. Just have the stormtroopers shoot at him, he'll die. Because they can't aim and they're dumb, they'll just naturally hit him.
Two stupids will
two
stupids will cancel each other out.
See? It's the perfect plan. What could go wrong?
Man. What could go wrong? Just strap a piece of toast to the back of a cat and drop it off the table, and you'll have a perpetual motion machine. That's how that works. It'll never hit the ground.
So that brings us to the end of the episode. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you have any predictions on where this is going?
I have no earthly idea. I've turned my brain off like 2 episodes ago.
Apparently Utah, because that's where Arthur wound up. So
no, Tatooine.
Excuse me, Tatooine. So Jabba the Hutt, pod racing, next episode. Look forward to it. Something about spaceships.
Man, I'm curious to see where this next arc goes. I think, needless to say, we're probably going to be investigating another company.
Hajime Industries, maybe.
Well, probably they've mentioned.
Probably not Hajime Industries.
They mentioned at the start 3 different divisions: the 5th, the 1st, and the 2nd. They've now been the 5th and been the 1st. Maybe the 2nd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys are with the defense. With the defense committee.
You're right. Shinra is a bit too OP. You are correct.
Yes. Shinra's plot armor needs to go down a lot. Like, take a real hit, would you?
His plot armor is as tough as his clothing.
Apparently.
Yeah. Which would explain why Tamaki's clothes are in tatters.
Yeah, because no plot armor. The amount of clothes you are able to keep on in the fire is relative to how much plot armor you have.
So what does that say about Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns has all the plot armor.
He has all the plot armor.
Princess Hibana.
That's true. She's got a lot of plot armor, I guess. By that definition.
Look, Bo, I did it for you. I don't know if you're listening.
Yeah, I have no idea where this is
You
going.
made my thing say wants to play the Tundra Tuba.
What?
Yeah. You're just now noticing?
I had my notes open.
That's beautiful.
I would have put something there for Forrest, but I forgot and I didn't want to like message him and give it away.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, I think, needless to say, we're all a little frustrated with the writing in this anime.
I'm sorry? Were we that obvious? I was being subtle.
Lack there.
But we're keeping on. I'm hoping that this next arc will turn over a new leaf.
Yeah. It does. It makes me wonder because usually the openings of shows are either completely unrelated or somewhat, related. The opening of this has them fighting a giant, like, night infernal mecha thing in a bunch of industrial places. We've now seen some Templars. Hajime Industries has an industrial complex. Maybe that's where this is headed.
Maybe. Sometimes the anime OPs can be just way off. Like, look at, Naruto openings. Those things are, like, way off from what's going on. They'll show you some cool anime scenes with a musical backdrop.
Cool anime stuff.
Yeah, they'll show you some cute anime scenes with a musical backdrop.
Yeah, well, it's like sci-fi book covers, right? They'll show some cool spaceship or like a weird alien planet, and then
basically
the entire book takes place like in an underground facility, and there's no alien planets whatsoever. And just like,
basically.
What is the cover of this book?
Dude, man, there's some anime openings that are simply there for the visual flavor because if they gave you something related to the plot, you might actually like get some spoilers or details.
Well, see, you look at the opening to I don't know. Things like Mob Psycho or Demon Slayer, they have, even RWBY does this, right? I remember going through RWBY openings and being like, whoa, who's that character? We haven't seen them before. They're a new character. Where are they going to show up? And then, like, a couple episodes in, there they are.
Well, yeah, but anime can be a little different. But we're
I would
here
say
for the
that
day.
The best anime openings are the ones chocked full of all the symbolism and, like really have something to say about what you're going to be seeing.
Well, symbolism, but also I like the ones that have hints that kind of hint at what you're going to see.
Well, I mean, if it's symbolic enough, that implies hints.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, y'all got any other predictions, or should we call it?
I have one thing to say about this show. Latom.
I'm kind of in agreement.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna stop watching it. This is not a show for my brain to be on for.
That is fair.
It is kind of looking, but
you know,
I'm a little disappointed. Well, I'm a lot disappointed because it looked like it was going very Clockwork Orange-y, very cerebral, I mean, okay, not like cerebral, not like Psychopaths, but you know, like
Psychopaths. That's a good show.
Like good, you know, like was gonna get into some nitty-gritty stuff, and it's just all been handled very
poorly.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We will be back next week talking about the next episode of Fire Force. This we actually managed to stretch this episode out longer than I thought.
Dude, man, you'd be surprised how long people could complain.
Well, we had some good audience questions.
We
did too. Thank you, Chet.
I know that this podcast is about Fire Force, but like, any questions you guys want to ask us about Demon Slayer? Like, we all fucking love Demon Slayer.
Well, we're being super subtle right now.
Yeah.
Go watch it if you haven't watched it.
If you put the word Nezuko in your question, I guarantee we will answer it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye!
See ya!